Even though everybody is tripping over themselves to tell you how bad things are going to be in the economy, I'm going to surprise you with something here in this video that you probably didn't see before. If you're new to this channel, my name is Mariusz Konieczny. I run Microcap Explosions, a website dedicated to microcap stocks, which are ignored and underfollowed by the investment industry. I also wrote about 10 books on investing, one of which is available for a free download at microcapexplosions.com. I also created valueinvestinguniversity.com, which is a free resource to make you a more intelligent investor. I want to play to you a short clip from Peter Schiff, who is at it again, as he always is.
And with us live is the founder of Euro Pacific Capital, Peter Schiff. Peter, thanks for coming on. When we talk about a recession in 2022 or 2023, what exactly are you expecting?
Well, first of all, I think the recession has already started. I think we're in it now. It's just early. In fact, the first quarter was already a negative print. And I don't think it's going to be a mild recession. I think this recession is going to be worse than the Great Recession that started following the 2008 financial crisis. So,
Okay, so, he always talks like this. Like, no matter when you listen to him, it's always Armageddon and things like that. And I like him. He makes a lot of good stuff. I used to listen to him. For as long as I listened to him, I never made money. The moment I stopped listening to him, I started making good money. But here's what I want to point your attention to. So this is Dow Industrial Average, right? So this was right before COVID, and then we had this huge drop, right? Well, huge drop, 27%. No, it was like 35% during COVID, right? And the world was ending, and I was hearing the same thing that I'm hearing right now. All the smart people. So look at this. This is the article that I wrote on April 29, 2020. Dow to blow through 30,000 this year. Okay? This was on Classic Value Investors. April 29. April 29. Right here. I said that Dow was going to blow through 30,000 this year. Look what happened. By December of 2020, Dow was over 30,000, and then it went as much as 36,000 to be selling off right now. You might think, my goodness, what a genius, right? No. The same thing is happening right now. And look what I said. I hear many smart investors talking about how we are going to see another stock market sell-off. They point to the weak GDP, job losses, and many other important data points. I'm here to say that I actually think that the Dow Industrial Average will blow through 30,000 this year and go even higher. And why? When I released this article, people thought I was completely insane. We were in the middle of COVID, and I said this. And then I said, why? Because fantasy and excitement don't have any limits. But business fundamentals, on the other hand, have limits. Look at Tesla. The car maker has a market cap of 145 billion. You have to put several traditional car makers together to come up with 145 billion. Tesla is valued based on whatever earnings per share you can dream up, and then multiply them by 20, and boom, you have your stock price. If the current stock price is lower than what you dreamt up, then you take another nap, dream up something higher, okay? The same thing goes with Carnival and American Airlines, blah, 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 blah. As I said, I could go on and on with how the world will be different after we come out of the lockdown. We could talk about how indebted companies won't be able to service their debt. We could talk about how restaurants will need to have fewer seats inside. We could talk about how all of this will translate into slower revenue and earnings. Why do that? That's not fun. I think what is going to happen is that after the quarantines end fully or partially, people are going to buy stocks like there is no tomorrow. It's crazy. I don't even want to congratulate myself, but it's crazy like how I literally predicted exactly what was going to happen. And I didn't look at any fancy numbers, any fancy anything, and I predicted it better than anybody else. I said people are going to buy, panic buy, right? There will be panic buying causing the Dow Industrial Average to blow through 30,000. We had literally the best stock market since then. This might happen before elections. I fully understand that this should not happen, but there is a difference between what should happen and what will happen. These are my just 2 cents. Okay, so now we're dealing with the same situation. Okay, same situation. All these smart people are coming out and pointing to all these directions and this, and that. And I'm going to say the same thing. What should happen is completely different with what's going to happen. What I think is going to happen is that the sell-off will end and we're going to go on another huge run. People are going to go crazy. We're not going to see another huge recession because people in general don't want to stay negative for too long, okay? They just want to be happy. They want to be buying stocks. They want to be seeing their portfolios going up. And that's what I think is going to happen. Now, you can argue with me. You can point whatever you want to point, just like people were pointing right here. Whatever they wanted to point, it's going to be bad. It's going to be worse than 1929. It's going to be worse than 2008, 2009. Dow blew through 30,000 that year, like I said. And so I think the same thing's going to happen. Like, and again, reason what should happen. It's like I've listened to for enough years to people like Peter Schiff for enough years, and I was depressed and I was waiting for gold to go up. I was waiting for all these things to happen. It never happened. Now I choose to focus on businesses, good businesses I think that are going to deliver great performance, and completely ignore things like this. The macro things, because no matter how smart you are, you're not going to be able to predict it. And if you can point exactly to somebody else, please point me somebody else that predicted it to this kind of precision, as I did in this article, which is, by the way, linked in the description below. Show me one person that predicted it to this kind of precision. I would like to read it. And I predicted it simply by saying it without looking any data, just thinking about the psychology, thinking about what people want, and it happened better than any economist could have predicted. And I'm not taking credit for it. It's just like I am amazed how I just, boom, said it like this, and it happened. And the same thing here. It's like everybody's pointing to these fancy-wancy things. You'll see. Just wait. Just wait a few months, and you'll see what's going to happen.